Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. This review is for the movie called IP Man 3. This is a 2015 movie. It is rated PG 13. It runs an hour and 45 minutes. It stars Donnie Yen, Lin Jeong, and Jin Zong, among others. I'll lay out the other surprise one here in a second. The description of this movie: when a band of brutal gangsters led by a crooked property developer make a play to take over a local school, Master IP is forced to take a stand. This is IP Man 3. Well, hello there. Thanks for watching this video. This is the third one of the series called IP Man, and he's known by many different names. Master and Sizu and all these other ones. Some people just call him Man. I think Ip Man is the correct translation, the way to say it, but I'm just gonna say IP Man so that everybody knows what we're talking about. I think it's kind of what it's known as for a movie until people really start watching it. So I'm just gonna say IP Man so we're all on the same page. Okay. Um, this is arguably the best movie in the series, but I really am going to lean towards the first one just because it's the most original. It's really what they meant to make. They probably didn't think they were going to have another movie after the first one until it got popular. It's probably the most brutal, is the first one. So this one has its own reasons for being good, but I do think it and the first one are the best for by far. So you can argue which one's better out of those two. But this one is good because it has the personal story with the kids' school and what's happening with that. As the description says, people want that land, and the fact that IP Man has to involve himself on a personal level rather than just what he has in the first two movies for political reasons or for his country. This is so much more personal, so that's why it really stands out as a different movie than the first two. Um, with the family issues that he has, that makes it even more personal and makes it very, 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 very sad. And that just makes it a completely different level of a movie. It's amazing to watch, really. People kind of becoming a little bit more human. That in the first two, maybe they were a little stale, and now they're starting to transform into this character, and we're getting to get to know them finally. Like I said, it's just a drastically different movie than the first two for that reason. So this has the largest amount of people in it by far, the largest cast, because you have these huge mega fights with, just it seems like the people never stop coming, really. It's just a huge crowd of people versus this huge crowd of people. The only comparison I could think of was like West Side Story, like just masses of people, but it's not a musical or anything. But I just couldn't believe it. These people just cascading down the stairs. I was like, man, how is this ever going to make any sense in the brain? And we do get introduced to some other people in this movie too that really matter for the next movie, which is nice. Watching it how I did here, because I watched them right in a row in one day, all four of them, and this one is dubbed in English, so that helps a little bit. Also, it's more serious than the second one, but those are the only two in the series of four that are dubbed in English. So it really helps out a lot with this third one, with the content it has and the feeling it has, and it's dubbed in English. That kind of helps things. But it has a humongous amount of fights because there's just this rivalry going on, and it's crazy. It goes into tense mode, it goes into crazy mode, trying to obtain this property of the school, or trying to defend the property, or trying to just fight each other because you did something, and now that person has to retaliate, and it just gets crazy. Our other surprise character here is Mike Tyson, or a surprise actor. And Tyson plays the landowner or developer, and he actually gets his. I can't believe this happened, but he says, I'm going to set the alarm for 3 minutes, and if you survive that 3 minutes, then we're cool. And that's his big scene for this movie series is 3 minutes with IP Man. And it was just kind of dumb, and I didn't like his character, but he wasn't in that much of the movie to really ruin anything. He wasn't anything good, but it was surprising to have someone that we know as kind of the villain, but he's not really even the villain because he's not the main villain. So, but with all the fighting, with all the huge crowds, with all the action, with all the story, with everything, this movie does feel a little bit long. Not sure they needed to draw on with everything that they had, with every single character, with every single situation. But like I said, it was entertaining. It was just a circus of people all fighting each other, and then you have IP Man's personal story involved, and it really comes across as effective. And so I really appreciated this movie. It ends in a certain way that I think they were probably thinking this was going to be it. It took 5 years to make this third one from the second one, and I'm pretty sure they thought that this was going to be it. And the way that they ended, telling you some things on the screen afterwards and stuff, I was kind of wondering, I wonder what a fourth one would include. So hopefully you all will watch my review for the fourth one. Go back and watch the other two if you haven't seen those. Have you heard of IP Man? Have you enjoyed it? What did you think about all this stuff? Let me know. My other big problem with this movie is that it has fighting with women. And I don't care what situation it is. I think that's very uncomfortable for me. And so, I know what the situation usually is. Usually it's a riot or people standing up for their country and doing what they think they need to do. But when a man fights a woman, it just is uncomfortable. And I don't know why they have to include that with this movie. So for that, the long feeling, and a couple other things, I just think that this is a B-plus movie. That and the first movie I gave a B-plus to because I think they're the best two movies. I think people can argue over which one's the best. Probably this one because of the personal issues and stuff. So we'll just agree to disagree, for a later time of talking and comment in the comment area. I really think the first and the third one are the best ones for different reasons. So let me know if you have a favorite, if you've seen this movie, if you've seen this series, if you've heard of this movie series at all. And the other thing that I like is that they start to introduce us to what happens between IP Man and Bruce Lee in this movie. And that's why I really thought it was going to be the end of how they handled that. So a B plus for IP Man 3. Thanks a lot, guys. My name is Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and give some of them a watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. And enjoy your movies. I'll see you on the review for IP Man 4. Thanks.